most people get this wrong when choosing a digital wallet in Argentina. They just download the first app they see and hope it works everywhere. But here's the truth no one tells you. In Argentina, the wrong wallet can quietly drain your money through hidden fees, bad exchange rates, and limited acceptance. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Some wallets don't just help you pay. They actually give you cashback, discounts, investment options, and even crypto rewards that can beat inflation if used correctly. So if you've ever wondered which digital wallets actually make sense in Argentina in 2026, and which ones are worth your time, you're exactly in the right place. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to break down the 10 best digital wallets in Argentina, how they really work, what they are best for, and how you can use them to save money, avoid unnecessary fees, and even earn rewards while spending. And stick around, because in a minute, I'll also show you which wallet is best for everyday payments, which one is best for crypto users, and which one quietly saves people the most money without them noticing. Let's start right away. If you understand digital wallets in Argentina, you instantly understand how money moves in the country today. Argentina is heavily cashless in urban areas, but it's also a unique market because inflation, currency exchange, and banking restrictions make wallet choice way more important than in many other countries. So let's break this down in a simple way. A digital wallet is basically an app that stores your money digitally, lets you pay using QR codes, transfer money instantly, pay bills, and sometimes even invest or earn rewards. Now here's the problem. Not all wallets in Argentina do the same thing. Some are built for shopping, some for banking, some for crypto, and some for daily transport or bill payments. So choosing correctly matters a lot. Let's go into the best options one by one, starting with the most widely used wallet in Argentina. The first and most dominant digital wallet in Argentina is Mercado Pago.co. Mercado Pago is basically everywhere in Argentina. If you walk into a cafe in Buenos Aires, a small shop in Cordoba, or even a street vendor in Mendoza, there is a very high chance they accept Mercado Pago. It is part of the larger Mercado Libre ecosystem, which is the biggest e-commerce platform in Latin America. Now, here's why people love it. First, it is extremely easy to use. You just scan a QR code, confirm the payment, and you are done in seconds. No cash, no cards, no complications. Second, it often gives cashback promotions, discounts on partner stores, and installment payment options called cuotas, which are extremely popular in Argentina. But here's the catch. While Mercado Pago is powerful, it is not always the cheapest for currency-related operations, and some users complain about occasional account limitations if suspicious activity is detected. Now let's move to another major player. The second wallet is Uala. Uala is interesting because it is not just a wallet, it behaves like a full digital bank account. You get a prepaid card, mobile app, spending analytics, and sometimes even investment tools inside the app. Now here's where it gets interesting. Uala is very popular among younger users because it simplifies budgeting. For example, someone like Alex in Buenos Aires can see exactly how much he spent on food, transport, and entertainment every week. And that level of control is something many traditional banks don't offer. But here's the problem. Uala is great for spending, but not always the best for merchants or advanced business transactions. So if you are a consumer, it is amazing. If you are a business owner, you might need something stronger alongside it. Now, let's talk about a wallet that is becoming extremely important in Argentina's banking ecosystem. The third wallet is Moto. Moto is different because it is backed by multiple major banks in Argentina. Instead of being a standalone fintech company, it connects your bank accounts into one app. Now this is powerful. Imagine John has accounts in Banco Galicia and BBVA. Instead of switching apps, he can use Moto to pay directly from either account. This reduces friction and makes payments smoother across different banks. But here's the catch. Moto depends heavily on bank integration. So if your bank is not fully supported or updated, your experience may be limited. Now let's move into something more government-linked and highly practical. The fourth wallet is Cuenta de Nanay from Banco Provincia. This is one of the most widely used wallets for everyday payments in certain regions of Argentina, especially in Buenos Aires province. It is known for offering strong discounts on groceries, public services, and local shops. And here's the interesting part. Many people actually plan their shopping around Cuenta Din ED discount days, because the savings can be significant. But here's the limitation. It is more regionally focused and tied to a specific bank system, so it may not feel as universal as Mercado Pago or Uala. Now let's talk about something more modern and flexible. The fifth wallet is Personal Pay. Personal Pay is gaining popularity because it combines payments, rewards, and mobile services in one ecosystem. For example, users can pay phone bills, transfer money, and sometimes receive cashback depending on promotions. Now here's where it gets interesting. It is closely tied with telecom services, so if you are already a customer of personal telecom services, you may get extra benefits. But if you are not, the rewards might not feel as strong compared to other wallets. Now let's shift to a wallet that focuses on cross-bank payments. The sixth wallet is Brubank. Brubank is a fully digital bank. That means no physical branches at all. Everything happens through the app. You can open an account, send money, receive transfers, and even manage savings digitally. Now here's the key advantage. Brubank is extremely clean, fast, and modern. It feels like a global fintech product rather than a traditional bank. But here's the downside. Since it is fully digital, some users prefer more traditional support when issues arise. Now let's talk about a wallet that is very important for international users and travelers. The seventh wallet is Prex Argentina. Prex is widely used for multi-currency support and cross-border transactions. For someone like Jake who travels between Argentina and Uruguay or receives payments internationally, Prex can be very useful. It allows users to manage funds in different currencies and offers prepaid card options. Now here's the problem. While it is powerful for international use, its local merchant adoption is not as strong as Mercado Pago. Now let's move into something very different. The eighth wallet is Lemon Cash. Lemon Cash is one of the most popular crypto-integrated wallets in Argentina. And this is where things get really interesting. Because of inflation concerns in Argentina, many users explore crypto-based savings or rewards. Lemon Cash allows users to earn Bitcoin cashback on purchases and store crypto inside the app. So imagine buying coffee and getting small Bitcoin rewards automatically. But here's the risk. Crypto values fluctuate, so rewards can go up or down depending on the market. Now let's continue. The ninth wallet is Belo. Belo is another crypto-friendly digital wallet that allows users to store pesos, dollars, and crypto assets in one place. It is designed for flexibility and international transactions. Now, here's where it stands out. Belo is often used by freelancers and remote workers in Argentina who receive payments from abroad. But here's the limitation. It is still growing in adoption, so not every merchant supports it directly. Finally, let's talk about a global option. The 10th wallet is PayPal. Even though PayPal is not a local Argentine wallet, it is still widely used for international payments. Freelancers, online sellers, and remote workers often rely on PayPal to receive money from clients abroad. Now here's the important detail. Converting PayPal funds to local currency in Argentina can sometimes involve higher fees or exchange rate losses compared to local wallets. So it is powerful, but not always the most cost-efficient for daily use. Now let's quickly connect everything so you understand the bigger picture. If your goal is everyday payments inside Argentina, Mercado Pago and Modo are the strongest choices. If your goal is budgeting and banking-style control, Uala and Brubank are excellent. If your goal is discounts and local savings, Cuenta Din is extremely valuable. If your goal is crypto or inflation protection strategies, Lemon Cash and Belo stand out. And if your goal is international payments, Prex and PayPal become more relevant. Now, here's the key insight most people miss. The best strategy is not choosing one wallet. It is combining 2 or 3 wallets based on your lifestyle. For example, someone like Alex in Buenos Aires might use Mercado Pago for daily spending, Uala for budgeting, and Lemon Cash for crypto rewards. This combination often gives better results than relying on a single app. Now let's wrap this up clearly. Digital wallets in Argentina are not just payment tools. They are financial ecosystems that can help you save money, earn rewards, and even protect your purchasing power, if used correctly. The wrong wallet can cost you fees and missed discounts. But the right combination can actually improve your financial efficiency every single month. So here is the simple takeaway. Mercado Pago is the most universal. Voila is the best for personal finance control. Modo is best for bank integration. Cuenta Deni is best for discounts. Brubank is best for modern banking. Prex is best for international use. Lemon Cash and Bilo are best for crypto integration. And PayPal is best for global income. If you understand the structure, you are already ahead of most users who randomly choose wallets without strategy. And now I want to hear from you. Which digital wallet do you currently use, and have you tried any of the ones from this list? Leave a comment below, because your experience might help someone else choose better. If you found this breakdown useful, like the video. Subscribe for more country-by-country finance guides, and I'll see you in the next one.